Classic TV fans, Rick Nineg here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Gilligan's Island. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking the video, and for your support. We're going to talk about a really cool consistency gem that I have for you. Now, it's these type of things that I love covering and talking about on my channel. I think it's what makes Rick Nineg unique, and it's these ties, these spider webs of everything coming together and making sense, which I think elevates these shows and makes them even better than they really are when we discover these little nuggets and tidbits. Let's talk about season 2, episode 1. It's one of my favorites. It's called Gilligan's Mother-in-Law. Now in this one, it's very simple. Two natives, a mom and a dad, have their daughter. They come from another island and they're seeking a mate for her. Now, unfortunately, she is not the prettiest according to all the men on the island. First, they think the skipper is a possible suitor and he's scared out of his mind. And then they realize, no, she actually wants Gilligan. That makes it so funny. Now, a couple of things that we need to talk about, and that is who the actors are who are playing these natives. I won't talk about the Cherokee scream that one of the natives does. He's played by Little Eddie Skye. I want to talk more about the family. Now, the native chief is played by an actor named Russ Grieve. We'll talk about him in just a little bit. The native mother is super interesting because that actress is actually Henny Backus. Now, that last name might ring a bell to you. Well, it absolutely does, because Jim Backus played Mr. Howell. That is the real life wife of Mr. Howell. Or that is, no, Jim Backus, the man who's playing Mr. Howell. Now, his real wife played this native mother, and I think it's so wonderful because there's no allusions to it and there's no real credit to her as well. It's just wonderful to know that that is her and that they do play in a scene together. It's the only time she does appear along with her husband on Gilligan's Island. The native daughter is played by Mary Ferran, and then I really want to focus on that native chief because this is in season 2 and this is not the first time we see him. Let's go back to season 1 and see how we see one of his appearances, and it could tie everything all together. I'll tell you what I mean. Now, the season 1 episode I'm talking about is the 26th episode. It's called Music Hath Charms. Now, in this one, Gilligan's drumming inspires the Howells to organize an island symphonic group. Now, it's music to everyone on the island, unfortunately not to the nearby island warriors who decide to attack the island. Now, the chief of that native island is the same actor. I mean, this is Russ Grieve playing a native chief, and there's nothing that conflicts that both of these men are actually the same. In fact, it's the same actor. He's the chief in both. And remember, this is previous. And then this could be a unofficial part 2 in the Gilligan's Mother-in-Law episode, in which he appears now, same guy, same actor, same character, with his wife, played by Henny Backus, his daughter, and this is essentially the same character. Now, what's really crazy is many people didn't catch that he was in this first episode, so I was able to kind of bridge the gap between them two. But what do you think about this theory? I think it's really awesome. There's nothing in both stories which conflicts it. I think it is very awesome. It ties the world of Gilligan even more together, and it makes a lot more sense. And it would be that in Gilligan's mother-in-law episode, that's why he comes back on the island to visit his friends that he once saw back, I don't know, about a year ago, and now he brings his family there and he trusts them to marry his daughter off to one of them. I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense. I'd love to know your thoughts down below if you ever made this connection or watch any of the episodes that I mentioned. I really love both. They're both really good, really solid episode. Especially Music Has Charm. I think a lot of people, that is a very underrated episode, so check it out if you haven't. Thanks so much for the support. The best way to showing support is by hitting the subscribe button as well as the like button. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my supporters, especially my diamond tier patrons: Vito L, Sally N, Ricky, Kevin K, Gerard D, David D, and Citizen Kane 359. If you want your name to be heard or put on this list, make sure to check out the Patreon link in the description. Thank you so much.